Belushi Speed Ball, concert time.
Drinking when her there one son, cocaine away took my charm away from me. Evil motherfucker.
Yo, this is for any SpongeBob fans out there. Get some fucking trash in your hands. This is the hash slinging slasher. All right, let's trash this fucking place. We're instant posers. This goes out to the worst motherfucker to ever exist, Griffith, who literally did everything wrong. Yo, fuck this place up for guts. Get some trash. Fuck this up for Casca. Fucking go to war, Atlanta. Go to war.
Yeah, I'm so hunched over right now, dude. You don't even know. But okay, cool. So we went to go see Belushi Speed Ball. It was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I'm terrible with these things. Like, I am so terrible with knowing what the lineup is, the band like lineup. So we had Casket Creatures, which was the very first the very first band that played. I think it was 4 or 5 of them in the band. They were awesome. They all had like a Kiss inspired painted face. They were really good. They had a song called American Cannibal, which I really liked. That was the first song they opened it. It was really good. I'm gonna go back and check out their Spotify. But yeah, they had a really good song at the beginning. They had another good song, second one, and then after that, like, it's not that I didn't like the songs. It was just like, the same was not there for like American Cannibal in the second song. The second opener, Rotten Stitches, they were just great all the fucking time, dude. The like lead, he had the most energy out of everybody that was on the stage that whole night. Like, he was just on a different level. He's the like pink haired dude, pink spikes dude. And also, I just want to talk about the fact that every time I go to like punk or like metal or thrash or just whatever the fuck you want to call whatever that type of culture is, subculture is, I always feel so fucking out of place. Like, I pull up with some some New Balances, some cargo pants, and a fucking Blue Ridge Mountain shirt. Like, I just feel so out of place, dude. It's just interesting. But despite that, like, despite the awkward, like, me just like trying to feel like I fit in, once the music starts, I feel great. Like, I was almost always in the front. I was in the front for like 90% of this shit. And like so the crowd was about like okay, so like at the beginning it was like 30 people, but then at max it was like 60 people. So it wasn't that big of a show. I really liked the whole not concept, but like most shows, the performers don't really interact too much with the people because there's a lot of fucking people. And this one, I mean, fucking Vinny from Belushi Speed Ball was in, I mean, he was literally doing merch in between sessions. Like, again, they were incredibly interactive, which you don't really get with larger venues, but because this was just a bar, yeah, it was just pretty dope. But anyways, I got a little bit of sidetracked there. The third performer, I think his name was Joe. I don't know what his like artist name. I heard Joe Fuck Yourself. I thought that's what it was, but I might be wrong. He did like some kind of, I really don't know what to generalize it as or call it or make it into a genre, or style. It was it's like some blues country type shit. It reminded me of like old country Johnny Cash. There was a lot of talk about like the devil and what, I don't know what the fuck you call that genre, but a lot of the topics is like death and the devil and whatever the fuck. But not in like a devil Satanist worship type of way. It's like, I don't know. But he was really, so for him, I noticed that I didn't like every song, but when there was a song that I liked it. And fuck, can he play the guitar? He has little kick drums too, and it's so funny. He was playing and he had his beanie over his eyes, so kind of looked like a fucking cholo, playing the guitar and fucking the kick drum too. But yeah, also Casket Creatures was like, I don't know, it gave me like Pierce the Veil X Soul Glow type of vibe, where like it's not just like screaming and thrash, it's also like melodic from the lead. Meanwhile, Rotten Stitches was just straight up thrash shit, dude. It was just screaming. It was just fucking guitar riffs going fast as hell. Hard ass drums. The drummer was amazing for Casket Creatures, dude. And yeah, so that gets us into Belushi. So I got into Belushi like, fuck, when did I get? Damn, maybe like a couple months ago. Yeah, I'd probably say I got into them a couple months ago. It was probably like April or some shit. I really do not. It's whenever the Fantano video over fuck, what was the song? So it's when This Is the Peak, Fantano reviewed it, and then I clicked on it and I listened to the song a little bit, and I was like, well, this is really fucking good. So I guess my first introduction to like thrash metal and like punk was Soul Glow. So that was back in like 2022. Yeah, that was like 2022. The summer of 2022 specifically is when I started to really get into like thrash and punk rock. But yeah, so yeah, Soul Glow was who got me into it. And then fast forward to like, I don't know, a couple months ago, which is like fucking early 20, or yeah, the first third of 2024, first quarter, and then I fucking hear Belushi Speed Ball, and Fantano reviews it, and I'm like, yeah, this is actually pretty good. And so I go listen to them, and like it's just hits. Like I really like fast, guitar riffs playing, like saturated thrashing shit, and then like Vinny's vocals, which are just fucking great. They fucking hype you the fuck up. So yeah, I for Belushi Speed Ball, they had some of the most interesting rituals or activities during a concert that I've ever, during a show that I've ever seen. Like the night crawlers, where you literally fucking just lay down on the ground and crawl around. And then there were multiple pits. By the way, they were the only band that there was a pit for. Yeah, multiple pits, a circle pit at one point. And then also you had a bunch of trash just being thrown the fuck around, dude. And then multiple, like, between every song, he ended up, like, telling us to, like, come in close. And then we would tend to do, like, some type of activity in between every song. It was interesting. Yeah, again, like, it's a way to keep your crowd engaged, and you can't really do that whenever you get to, like, huge-ass venues, right? You know what I mean? So, again, I really enjoy. Also, I got my fucking shirt. I always try to get a fucking, shirt from the band that I go to see. It's a really cool one. It's a fucking cat. Oh, what the it just got really light. Anyways, yeah, so it's a I think it might be Vinny's cat. I'm not sure. They were selling his cat stickers at the merch shit too. But fuck, I think this album's called Why Not Worry. It's got a couple of bangers on it too. But yeah, like Stella 1 and Stella Part 1, 2, Why Don't Worry, and then Stellica. Again, I've listened to, I believe, most of their music, and I like a good bit of it. And I was really excited to go see them. And a couple of the songs that they played that I can recall just off of memory right now was Ripping Off Municipal Waste, The fucking pizza song. I think this is the pizza song. And then We're Not Thrashers, we're Hipster Posers, which that arguably may be my favorite. It's just so fucking good, dude. When I heard it live, holy shit. Fuck, dude. Ugh. It's a whole different experience live. Yeah, they also did Griffith Did Everything Wrong. Fuck, what else? Oh, the Hash Slinging Slasher, which is probably my favorite off of it might be my favorite off of the new album. It was really good. When I went home, when I went home to go do Foodies Finding Silas, like when I go home because I had to pick Austin up, I was listening to that album on the way there, and I heard the Hash Slinging Slasher, and I'm like, Jesus, this shit is amazing. I think they played Glass Bones and Paper Skin. I might be tripping on that. But yeah, Municipal Ways, Hipster, We're Not Thrashers, we're Hipster Posers, Hash Slinging Slasher, Griffith Did Everything Wrong, the Pizza Song. There was a lot of really good ones that they played. And there's a couple that I'm probably going to forget because, again, I don't like every single song of theirs. And if I don't like their song, I don't listen to it, so I don't know it as well. You know, it's because, again, like Soul Glow, they have a very, very, very similar sonic palette in the majority of their songs. Again, really, like, probably their most distinct song is Dog Birthday. You know what I mean? Like, because it's really, really upbeat and energetic and kind of, I mean, all of their songs are silly. Their songs are literally about SpongeBob lyrics and, you know, anime characters and fucking pizza and, you know, movie characters. But the point is that again, they have, it's like the Backseat Lovers or like Jack Johnson or Soul Glow. They all have a very similar set of tones and sounds and instrumentals per song, right? Like, they have drums, they have like 2 guitars, and they have a vocalist who's screaming, and I mean, screaming in a good way, and that's it. It's just like that for multiple songs, and that's really about it. The most distinct it gets is Dog Birthday, but I don't give a fuck because it sounds good, right? Like, Soul Glow is screaming, guitars, drums, that's it, but it sounds good, right? Like, again, a band that has a lot of distinctness in their sonic palette would be Jockstrap. Dude, they fucking go from EDM to fucking, you know, like classical violin type shit. Again, and it's a lot, right? So they have a huge amount of variety. You know, on the other hand, Soul Glow is very, very niche in what their sound is, and same for Belushi Speed Ball. And I don't mind that. I think that's really the end of this review, to be honest. There's not too much left I can say. Maybe touch on the Star Bar community venue. I thought it was dope. They gave me I don't know. I'm pretty sure so I got in, right? I walk in, and then this guy's like, hey, you have to show your ticket first. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had to show it outside of the door. I thought I was going to, you know, do it like inside of the door. So yeah, I show him my ticket, and then I'm like, cool. And then I go back to the door, and he's like, hey, I also need your ID. I'm like, okay, interesting. Show him my ID, and he's like, you're good. And I'm like, cool. And then I go back to the door, and he's like, oh, well, you actually, I need your wrist because I got to give you a bracelet. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck is this? I didn't ask him, but I'm assuming he literally just skimmed my ID and then gave me a 21 and up so that I could drink. I didn't get anything to drink because I was gonna drive. I just drank water the whole time. But yeah, dude, there's a lounge. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a lounge down there, dude. I gotta go down there sometime. That shit looked. It was like hookahs and shit. I gotta go sometime. Anyways, yeah, and also, I had a slightly awkward, not even awkward, it was just a stupid interaction I had with Vinny. who's the lead vocalist for Belushi Speed Ball. So I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen this guy before in my life. I just see him working merch. I wanted a T-shirt. I waited like fucking 5 minutes because he was having a really good conversation with the people in front of me, and then I get to him and I'm like, oh hey, how's it going? And then I shake his hand. He brought his hand out first, and I go, oh hey, how's it going? Can I get one of the why don't worry, why we worry, I forget the album name, but can I get one of these in large, please? And he goes, yeah, sure. And then I didn't know if Vinny or I didn't know who the fuck. Someone behind me? What the fuck is that shadow? Anyways, yeah, it's like 1 a.m. right now. So again, I shake his hand. I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? Nice to meet you. Can I get one of these in large? Sure. And then I see, again, he's selling his cat pictures and shit as well, like $1 for a Vinny cat picture. And I'm like, are you Vinny? I don't know who Vinny is. Like, I just know he's a part of the band. I don't know what part he is. I know Daniel Neal's the drummer, because Daniel Neal's the fucking G, man. And again, like, I have no clue who he is. Turns out he was the front man of the band and the guy that I literally hear his voice all the time. So I get this shirt. I'm like, hey, are you Vinny? He goes, yeah, I am. I go, nice to meet you. I get the large. He hands me the large, and then I fucking leave. I just leave. I don't even pay. I just fucking dip. And then it hits me like 5 seconds later, oh shit, I forgot to pay. Because I was like, holy shit, because my mind was too busy with like, oh shit, this dude's a part of the band and I don't even know which one he fucking is. I'm like, oh, are you Vinny? I'm supposed to know who the fuck you are. This is so like embarrassing on my end. And I completely forget that I have to pay. So then I walk back and he's like, and I'm like, oh I'm sorry, I forgot I had to pay, and it was so embarrassing on my end. But he was a dope, and he was very energetic, yeah, and it was just a great fucking show. I mean, my legs are fucking tired. I was standing for like 4 hours, but again, I got there at 8, and like we ended at like midnight. So all in all, I think I'm gonna end up giving this an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it was just a really good show. It was constant energy. I loved the like small venue, and yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Like, I mean, besides everything that I've already said, this video is probably gonna be like 20 minutes, but you get my point, man. It was really good. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Belushi Speed Ball, Gio's concert reviews. I think episode 5. So yeah, we're gonna go to fucking bed now.